YouTube. It's raining out today, so I've got a lot done inside. Pan over this way, and we have rock. This is not the final stages of how the rock work's going to be. I just wanted to get as much of the rock in here as I could that I bought. So we're at the stage now that I've gotten the rock in here, and see if I can get some better lighting here. I've added ammonia, so we're at 2 parts per million. I added ammonia yesterday. So you know, right now it's just a waiting game. I didn't add any other bacteria. I've read multiple reviews about the cecum stability and Dr. Tim's one and only, and a couple others. I said I'm not going to chance it. Every tank that I've started has been with just straight up ammonia. I'm going to go with what I know. It's really filthy. There's the lines that you see here. It's from the sand, so I'll need to wipe the glass down pretty good. But you know, right now the light stays off. I turned it on right now just for the video. But you know, I'll go through there and clean it up whenever we get to the final stages. Again, the sump is dirty. There's sand residue down there, so I have the sponge cut, and I got some egg crate that I bleached earlier, and I'm letting it dry out for a day or two, and then I'll get it in here to start filtering the water. Probably should have done that from the get-go, but you know, I like to make things a little bit more difficult than they should be. But you can see the return pump is on the right, or the drain. Let me get this correct. The drain is on the right there, and it's got that end cap on there because I cut the PVC too short. Fully submerged, no bubbles coming out of it. The emergency drain is on the left, and the return pump, and it's got its own little section there. Again, shout out to CJ, CJ's Aquariums. I've followed his build pretty much to the T. So you know, there's not going to be anything in here except for a skimmer, and then I'll put some type of foam in here just to clean the water or whatever, but nothing fancy inside this sump, whatever. And it'll probably be very difficult to see, but that is a APC battery backup. I've actually got like 3 or 4 of these around the house. This pretty much ensures that regardless of my power situation, my heater, my return pump, and can't remember, I need to label off the wires and finalize that still too. I just wanted to get the water in here and the rock and the sand and get the ammonia in here. But the left side, I know you can't see, but the left side is a dedicated battery backup, and then the right side is a surge protector. So with this battery backup, this tank should run with the minimal amount of equipment on the battery backup side. The tank should run for a good period of time. I haven't tested it out, but all of our lines here are buried, so you know, never say never, but if power does go out here, it's for like 5 minutes, and I've been in this neighborhood for 3 years now, and the longest it's ever gone out since I've been home is 5 minutes. But anyway, that's the front of the tank, and that's the side, and I got rock rubble down here, some rock rubble down here. But this is the kitchen. This stuff's just sitting on the table. That's where the cube is, and then if we pan this way, that's where the freshwater tank is. They got a water change today. All of these guys are doing well. You can see I failed. There you go. The glass down there by sand, I did not get that because the lights were off whenever I cleaned it earlier. Oh well, you know, I'll get it next time. But all these guys are doing good. They're finally growing. I really need to do some canister maintenance. I got the FX6 and the Fluval 306 on here. I really need to go through and clean those 2 canisters up and get them going. But also, we went to Florida last week, and I went to a place called Matt's Coral Connection, and he had some Zoas and some Green Star polyps for $12.50. Now let me show you this setup right here. It's a Kessel A150 zip tied to a milk carton, and I just today put in the hang on the back filter, and the reason why the towel's there is because my water level is really low, and I don't want the splash to go outside the tank or whatever. But anyway, I actually just moved them, so they're probably, they are agitated. But these pieces right here are, the left one is a red Zoa, and then the middle one's a green Zoa, and then this is the Green Star polyps, and all of them. Let me backtrack. We went to the store on Friday at like 5 o'clock. It was about 7 minutes from where we were staying, and I purchased these corals. They're $12.50 a piece. Normally the Green Star polyps in my area are $30 to $50 for the frag that I have right there. So you know what? I said I'll spend the 30 bucks. Let's see what happens. So he bagged them up for me. He gave me some extra water in 2 bags to do a water change, and then he put them in a box with some newspaper and then an ice pack. So we come back to Kentucky on Saturday. It's about a 10-hour drive with the baby, maybe a little bit over 10 hours. I get home, we have to unpack. I fire up the Rhodey. I have to make RODI water, so I make about 15 gallons of Rhodey water. I get the salt mixed up and the salinity set up. I put the corals in the tank. There's a RW4 on the left and a Eheim Jaeger heater in here, and it's about 80 degrees, give or take. And then I zip tied. Didn't have any other option. It was the milk crate was sitting in here already. Just zip tied the A150 in, and this is the mess that I got going on underneath it. So basically, the corals whenever I got home, the bags were cold, and I didn't think that any of them were going to survive. And the Green Star polyps are thriving. I'd venture to say that I could probably cut half of them off and then re-glue them to some of the rock that I have, and I think that they would thrive. The Zoas, we'll have to find out about them. I'm actually going to take this tank apart at some point pretty soon, maybe within the next week or whatever. Clean it real good, and then set everything back up and put them in here. Then this leads me to the reason why I'm cycling all the rock that I have in the 27-gallon cube. At some point, I'll probably set up some form of a frag tank. I don't know where. My wife probably is going to nix that idea. I have a 20 long in the garage, along with all my other fish tank stuff that I don't use, and then this 10 gallons been up here empty as an emergency tank for one reason or another. You know, I have an extra overflow and some things, and I could drill the 20 long. I doubt I go that far with it. I'll probably just do what I have here and keep the RW4 and either this tank or the 20 long and the hang on the back filter with just some like pillow floss or whatever in it, just to clean the water out. But I like the idea of a frag tank. I don't need anything big and spectacular at the moment, you know how our minds change with this. But like I said, I didn't think that these guys would thrive, and I guess to point out the reason for a frag tank is the coral in my area is slim pickings. I usually got to drive over an hour to get anything decent, so I'll probably do a lot of my purchases online from either individuals or stores. And what I'll do is I'll just buy a couple pieces, and then I'll probably just buy a couple extra pieces. And that's why I like to have a frag tank, so I could grow out some pieces and see what I like. And now I have the space to do that. But that's what I got going on. Hopefully these corals, hopefully they make it. I think they will. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. I know I'm running this long now, so happy Sunday, or Saturday now. Tomorrow's Sunday, but college football today and NFL tomorrow. Thanks, guys.